Well, I'm Cameron Kirkpatrick. Collectively, I work on a project known as the Pom Pom Grrlz. It is at this point pretty much open source, and it's pretty much just myself and whoever happens to be around at the time. We're recording live from Octave Music Studios. I just wanted to play. We're gonna play a bunch of acoustic stuff for you guys. We got some new stuff off the new album. It's called Co-Ed Fever, or Find What You Love and Let It Kill You. And this is the big song off that, or at least in my opinion, the big song. This is called Amateur Hour, also known as Gimme Gimme.
Just one fuck, champagne dreams on our minds. Reality ain't been too kind. With pretty eyes like the deep blue sea, the way she laughs is a heart to me. So, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. 25 dead bottles of beer, I'm chugging them all, I got nothing to fear. The buzz cut baby's now making a scene, trying to figure out what it all means. Every single day is just the same. Go work, go home, go masturbate, and then confront the demons of my past. But who knows how long it's gonna last. So, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. She was turning 18, he was already kissing, oh, up and down her thighs and down to her lips. Oh my, champagne dreams on her lips. What I give for just one kiss, it's not so great, in fact it sucks. Cause what I give for just one fuck. So, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction. Oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme, oh, gimme, gimme my satisfaction.
Thanks. It's a new one. It's funny when we recorded the version for the album. I kind of wanted it to be like amped up and electric, but we ended up using the acoustic guitar as the reference point for it. So it sounds more like something off a Rolling Stones album when they were kind of getting weird and druggy. It's kind of nice. Yeah, for sure. This next one is off our first album. It's actually turning 4 this year, so if you catch me at a show anytime soon, you're probably going to be seeing me play the album in its entirety, because it's a fantastic album. The name of the album is called Love Empire. Yeah, that's a big deal, but this is off that album. A lot of people heard it, but a lot of people also didn't hear it. So, like I always say, every song is a new song if y'all have no idea who the hell I am. This is why we don't have nice things. Like this. Might as well. I had a hard time getting in here. Everything's going crazy and packed here at Octave Studios. Oh, Octave Music Studios. All right, well, this is an oldie. Well, it's an oldie where I come from, at least.
Moving forward, using all my breath. Making love to you was never second best. I saw the world crashing all around your face, never knowing it was always mesh and lace. I'll stop the world and melt with you. And it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Dreams of better lives, the kind which never hate, fall from a state of imaginary grace. I made a pilgrimage to save the human race, never comprehending the race had long gone by. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. The future's open wide. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. The future's open wide. I'll stop the world and melt with you. I've seen some changes, but it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. 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 I'll stop the world and melt with you.
Thank you. That was, we actually have been covering that one for a couple of years, but it wasn't until we finally got around to recording the new album that we decided that it needed to be on there. Yeah, it's been weird finally putting out some new stuff after a couple of years and not doing anything, but it is what it is. And if I can get this one right, at least, I got another cover of one that actually is an oldie, and not just where I come from, but just in general, from, in my personal opinion, one of the greatest groups of the 1960s.
Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? How the music can free her whenever it starts. It's magic. If the music is groovy, it makes you feel happy like an old-time movie. I'll tell you about the magic that can free your soul, but it's like trying to tell a stranger about rock and roll. If you believe in magic, don't bother to choose if it's just band music or rhythm and blues. Just go listen, little song with a smile, and it will wipe off your face no matter how hard I try. Your feet start tapping and you can't seem to find how you got there, so just blow your mind. If you believe in magic, come along with me. I'll dance until morning, it's just you and me. And maybe, if the music is right, I'll meet you tomorrow, so late night. And you'll go dancing, baby, then you'll see how the magic's in the music and the music's in me, yeah. Do you believe in magic? Yeah, believe in the magic of a young girl's soul. Believe in the magic of a rock and roll. Believe in the magic that could set you free. I'm talking about the magic. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm like this. This is ultimately why we do not have nice things. I really only have one more song planned out, but it's one that I kind of make a point as of late to close off every Pom Pom Girls show with, pretty much since we started. It was kind of the moment that the band really became a band. I mean, never mind that it was about 3 albums in, but that's not important.
Oh, well, your man wrote the script, but now I'm running the show. And your whole entire family doesn't have to know. Oh, when I think of you in shades of pink and blue. Oh, if I held your hand, or would you even have a clue? You took your heart-shaped glasses and broke my soul. And as I held on to your side, I nearly lost control. And every time I hear you laugh, you're freaking me out. But when I close the door, I'm gonna fuck you out. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like. And I'm not sure you know. When I hold your hand, my heart starts to go. And if I hear the sirens, I think that they're coming for me. Who would have thought our love could work out so tragically? Well, every single day is exactly the goddamn same. And if I go the extra mile, I know nothing's ever gonna change. Everything I know, I'll never fail. 'Cause I'm a 5-mile man on a 10-mile trail. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank Octave Music Studio for having me. It's nice to be in this little basement and to rock out and to do something I don't really get to do a whole lot of. Now, I don't know how many people actually know a lot about this, but the Pom Pom Girls actually started off in a basement, and it was my friend and I played guitars, he drummed, and we recorded a couple EPs together, but you know, this was when my mom wasn't really around to listen to it a whole lot. And she heard the first album and she thought it was good, and she heard the third album and I'm sure she thought it was good, or at least from what the texts indicate. Now, the thing about my mother, she's a dear, sweet woman. She's only in her 40s, but she's worried that she's in her 60s, much like my poor grandmother. Actually, no, my grandmother's in her 70s, but that's neither here nor there. But, you know, if my mom, she could get off her couch in Newburgh, stop watching the Mets game, they're probably losing awfully right now. I can't even bother looking at my phone. Now, if she could get off that couch and get on those slippers and get in her car and just, you know, just drive all the way out here to Octave Music Studio out here in Highland. Now, I know for a fact that she would get out of that car, she would walk up to those front steps, she would walk down into the steps down here to get into this basement, and she would look me in the eyes and she would say a few things, but this is what she would mostly say. Mr. Cool in your new shoes, who's your latest casualty? You got your camera in your backpack and all the girls right up your sleigh. You think you fall, you think you're slick. You're 27, your hairline's receding quick. You think you're class, but you're solo rent. You count down the days until your girlfriend's reaching the age of consent. It's the ironic pornographer going down the street today, telling tales of debauchery and all the girls he gave away. You fooled him, but you can't fool me. Oh, you'll never be the honest, you're pretending to be. You think you're class, but you're solo rich. You counting down the days until your girlfriend's raging the age of consent. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Oh no, everything tastes like cotton candy to me. Thank you. I am Cameron Kirkpatrick, playing an acoustic set on behalf of my band, the Pom Pom Girls. I don't know when we're going to be playing next. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be right now. Well, technically, yeah, it should be here. Let's figure out a time when we can make that happen. But until then, live from Octave Music Studios out here in beautiful Highland, New York, the Pom Pom Girls, myself, we got a new album out. It's called Co-Ed Fever, or Find What You Love and Let It Kill You. Gotta find it on Bandcamp at pomgrrlz.bandcamp.com. Aside from that, there really is not much I would like to say, aside from the fact that the album's like maybe 15 minutes. If you don't have 15 minutes of free time, you're probably me having to run around and play a bunch of shows. All jokes aside, thank you all for watching. You're the best. I'm the worst. Good night.